Hey, good morning, and welcome to another Morning with Mike, Morning Verses with Mike. I appreciate you joining me this morning. If you're getting up early, thank you. I appreciate you getting up early and joining me live. If you've already been up and going, then let's just take a moment to get a little fired up and talk about some Bible verses and some excitement together. So this morning we're going to be talking about 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 4. And this is a really powerful verse. This is one of those that I really enjoy. And I remember to put this on the screen. Hey. So I'm going to dive right into this. Now, when we're talking about 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 4, says, He comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they're troubled, we will be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. And I really like the fact that it's a reminder that we're all going to have trials and tribulations, right? I'm going to read it again. He comforts us in all of our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they are troubled, we will be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. So it acknowledges we're going to have trials, we're going to have tribulations, we're going to have frustrations. These things are going to come our way. It's not like if they do, or, oh, hey, if you fall on God, if you remember your faith, then you're not going to have that come along. Well, that's not what's being said here. It's saying you're going to have troubles, and when you do, remember Him. He's going to help comfort you. And when they do come along, if you're focused on that faith, if you are focused on God and Jesus, then when they do come along, God's going to breathe that calm and that strength into us. The whole world can be falling apart around us. Right now, you might question the whole world might be falling apart around us, right? The social anxiety, the frustration, the unrest that is going on right now in the world can be going on. Or it may be going on personally in your own life. Things could be just being all over the place, being torn apart in total turmoil. So it could be your world, it could be the world, right? There can still be perfect peace within that when we stay true to our faith, stay true to God. So keep in mind, in this verse, as believers, we have faith, and that faith can catch on like wildfire. It says, He comforts us all in our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they're troubled, because other people are going to be troubled as well, we'll be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. And I know I break down each of these sentences, but keep this in mind. When God has affected us, it allows us to catch like wildfire and affect others. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be spreading love, joy, kindness, peace. These are all the things I talk about. I know I have a similar message these recent Monday mornings. And a lot of that is because what is affecting us right now, right? That's what's going on. That's what's happening in our lives. That's what's happening in my life. And I feel like if that's happening in my life, that it could be happening in yours. And so that's part of the reason that I restarted this specific podcast on Monday mornings is it's because, like, hey, I have some comfort. I can always fall back on my faith. And for me personally, like if I start to feel a little lack of confidence or I start to question exactly where I'm at or my family's at, I realize it's always because I have moved away from faith. Like I've stopped reading scripture, I've stopped praying, or I'm imperfect. We're imperfect humans. And what happens is when we move away from that, we lose that comfort, right? We lose that absolute confidence and belief in Him. And it happens very quickly. We can forget that. We think everything's going okay. And so we head off in this direction, and then we realize when things go sideways on us, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to get back to this. And when I fall back into scripture and I start praying and I start reading my Bible, I get really focused back on my faith, and suddenly things get right back on track. You know, our faith can catch like wildfire. It can affect other people so simply. A kind word, a nice gesture, the willingness to listen. Keep in mind, there's another way that God provides peace and healing to us. And it's not just in the fact that we have to get our own minds right, or we have to get back to prayer or and our faith. But the fact is that he surrounds us and has us attract other people into our circle, into our lives, that can provide peace and comfort and healing to us. So it's not always just about us providing that comfort to others. You know, in that second portion of 2 Corinthians 1, verse 4, where it says, when they are troubled, we'll be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. It's not just about us constantly giving the comfort to them, but keep in mind, he attracts people into our lives too when we need comfort, when we need healing. We have to be humble and accepting of that as well. So he's going to surround us. We're going to attract people that are able to provide that for us too. So it's a give and take. There's a constant, like, if this person's able to pour something into me and get us back to our faith and focus on the direction that we need to be headed, then that allows us to pour into somebody else and provide them comfort and healing. And there's a constant ebb and flow and give and take in that. So I'm going to close out on the verse again, and I may read a little bit further just because I like the way that this section ends up. So 2 Corinthians 1 verse 4 says, he comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they're troubled, we'll be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. 1:5 says, for the more we suffer for Christ, the more God will shower us with comfort through Christ. Even when we're weighed down with troubles, it is for your comfort and salvation. For when we ourselves are comforted, we will certainly comfort you. Then you can patiently endure the same things we suffer. We are confident that as you share in our sufferings, you will also share in the comfort God has given us. Just keep in mind the whole point of 2 Corinthians, where it talks about a tough person can endure tough times. And we are experiencing tough times right now. So whether you just have outward tough times, if you have things that are going on difficult in the world like they are, you can choose what you focus on. Focus on your faith. Get back to prayer. Get back into the Bible. You can make that conscious decision on where it is that you're focused to be able to spread that goodness and kindness to others. If it's an inside trouble that you're experiencing, if it's something that is difficult for you personally, then again, get back to God. Focus on those things. There are so many good messages here in the Bible, and if you look for the light, you will see it. Good morning, Cameron. Cameron says, the whole environment around me is negative. Try and stay positive and talk positive, but it sure is dragging me down. That's a difficult thing. When the environment around you is darkness, then it is something that you have to lean on your faith. Walk with Jesus so that he can provide the light, and then that allows you to help your light shine outward to others and comfort others. That's the close of the message this morning. Thank you so much for the people that were joining me. If you're joined live, you're awesome. I appreciate you. For some of you getting up early, some that are taking a moment in your day to tune into this program. If you're catching this later on, thank you. I appreciate you. Make sure you can always click on the subscribe button and the little bell if you're on YouTube, or the notification button on Facebook, and that'll notify you. I'm going live each Monday morning, and I would love for you to join me. The whole goal of this is to make sure just that we start our weeks right. You know, we go through our days, and we make sure that we are set in our faith and positivity, so that moving forward for the remainder of the week, the goal is just, I want to share this, like I have it bubbling up inside of me, that it's like I want to share this so that it can impact and be inspirational and motivational and help to be the light for somebody else. So thank you so much for you taking the time to tune in and join me on this show. I appreciate it. If you know somebody else that could benefit from this message, share it with them, right? Maybe this would be the message that would help comfort somebody else today. I appreciate you. I love you, and I will see you again soon. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. Have a great day.